everybody, and welcome back to the season seven premiere of Game Changers. I'm your host and founder, Jalen Tart, and along with me is my crew, Chaz, Joe, and Xavier. Xavier's on the road, but he has decided to join with us today. And we're going to kick things off. So I know everybody is going crazy today with the news and the announcement of Tom Brady retiring. People saying that he's not retiring. We do not know. We got to wait till Tom Brady comes back. But fellas, we're just going to jump right into it. So Chaz, I'm going to start with you. What is your immediate reaction on the rumors going around that Tom Brady's retiring? And is he really done for good? Do you think that he will come back to the NFL in the near future?
Yeah, I was really surprised because which is why I don't think he's actually retiring. When you look at it like you look at a player like Peyton Manning, when he retired, he was very, very, very bad as last year, and Brady's still playing at an MVP level. It's really him or Rodgers this year. And so for me, like if I were Tom Brady, I don't think I could quit right now because he's not bad. He's not even really declining in a way, and they still have a good team. And I think if they do enough in free agency and not let too many guys leave, or they kind of fill those gaps, if I were him, I wouldn't want to retire because, he's been to like 4 or 5 Super Bowls in the past, 10 years. So the odds of him going back are pretty likely. And you would think a player like Tom Brady would want to win, would want to leave on top,
Mm-hmm.
So I would come back if I were him because, they almost beat the Rams. As crazy, as bad as that game was near the end, the sloppy turnovers. But I don't know. But he's at the point of his career, he can do whatever he wants. He could retire. No one's going to be like, oh, you need more to prove. But if I were him, I wouldn't. I think I'd come back.
Zay, you made an interesting point off camera about what Tom said. I want you to tell the people what your point was about Tom Brady's retirement.
Yeah, so basically, whenever I said this offline, shout out of time, Chris Lyles, Tariq Walker, and Marcus McDonald.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Vortex as well. So basically, I said, if Tampa Bay loses to the Rams, don't be surprised if Tom Brady's going to retire. And I've been dead on, and that was going to happen. But like Chad said, Tom Brady has not been declining. He hasn't been. Because usually when athletes are on the verge of retiring, their last year be like their most crappy year, in a sense. Do I think he's going to retire for good? That can go, that's 50-50. But I know he didn't want to go out like that because you already having a great career. You already have 6, 7 Super Bowl rings. Then you get put out in the second round. If Tampa Bay would have lost in the NFC Championship, if they would have went, he would have played one last year. But he didn't go that far, so I was just like, all right, he's gonna retire. Don't be surprised. So my take on that one, on Tom Brady retiring, is he going to retire for good? I don't know, because you can't just be at the peak. You 44 years old, about to be pushing 50, and you still playing like you're fresh out.
Right. I'll go next. I think we really don't know. We have to wait until Tom Brady himself says something. I think when the first report came out, everybody went to conclusions saying, oh, he's done. He's not coming back. Knowing Tom Brady as a football player and watching him, he's, like Chad said, he wants to go out as the cowboy and running off into the sunset, like what Peyton Manning did. I personally believe if he comes back next season, this will be his last season, and he will win his 8th Super Bowl. But the problem with that is his contract. He has what? He's under contract for 1 more year. So that will be a great storybook ending. But you got to think about the teams that he's going to face again in the playoffs if that does happen. He's 44, about to be 45 in August. Father Time can kick in at any time. When you're a stationary target, but you're not Tom Brady, but when you're old and you're a stationary target and you get hit, that hurts. That really hurts. And he has kids that are about to be in middle school. So it's like he needs to be that father figure at home. But the fan in me wants to see him win his 8th ring and, just complete his illustrious career as a Buccaneer, as a Patriot, he's done it all. I just personally think we need to wait on him to come out and say something, because everyone is jumping to conclusion about him retiring. I personally don't think he's done. If he does retire, he'll be retired for 1 year, come right back, this and that and the third. But with Gronk, like what you were saying, Zay, about Gronk, I agree. I think if Brady does go, Gronk is going to go too. That it was the same thing when Brady went to the Buccaneers the first time, for the first year. He didn't come back until year 2 of him being with Tampa Bay. So it's probably going to be the same thing again. But go ahead, Joe. You got the last word.
All right. Like you said, Jalen, you pretty much wrapped up what I was going to say. As a football fan perspective, of course, we want to see Brady. It would be like it's so weird seeing Brady not playing football. But as for Brady, as a family man perspective, as just a regular human being perspective, family and health comes in a factor of this retirement decision for Tom Brady. So if he wants to, it's all up to him, of course. But if he wants to be there for his kids, because like you said, Jalen, I think they're in middle school now. If he wants to stay home and be that father figure for them, then I'm 100% all for it. But like as a football fan, it would just take a lot of adjusting. But like Chaz pointed out, when Peyton Manning retired, he was already, like pretty bad. Even in that Super Bowl, he was bad. He did not do good at all. When Kobe retired, I mean, one of the best basketball players of all time, and rest in peace to him and Gigi, but he wasn't really, that good. But when you have like this Tom Brady, if you have him and he's leading the NFL in passing yards, and then just to walk away from that, and you're still like playing at a high level with him and Aaron Rodgers and everything, that's kind of tough. But like I said, at the same time, I kind of understand whatever decision he makes. But we should see. Nothing is official, but it's very shocking if he does retire.
So speaking of Aaron Rodgers, everybody's good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So speaking of Aaron Rodgers, we really got to talk. I know it's been a full week since they've been bounced from the playoffs, but we still need to talk about this with Aaron Rodgers. Did Aaron Rodgers play his last game in Green Bay? And what does the future hold for Aaron Rodgers? So I'll start it off. I personally think he has 2 options. No, 3 options. I'll say this. You stay in Green Bay and keep Devontae Adams. That's number 1. You stay in Green Bay because that's one of the best NFL teams that we've seen in the last 5 years. The past 3 out of the last 5 years, that was one of the best teams in the NFL. Keep them. I would sign Devontae Adams. I would not put a franchise tag on Devontae Adams. I mean, yeah, he would still play with a franchise tag, but I would still sign him to a minimum, or if you don't have the minimum, the franchise tag. Denver's an option for me personally. The only problem with the Denver move, you're going into a division where you got to play up against Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and Derek Carr, and you got to play them twice. So, and then on top of that, out of the division, you got to play Joe Burrow and you got to play Lamar Jackson. So that goes into consideration as well. Third, go to Tampa Bay in exchange for Mike Evans to go to Green Bay. I personally think that is an interesting move because you can now go into the division that doesn't have a star-studded quarterback, and you can easily win your division and get your and have a better path to go to the Super Bowl. Those are my 3 options. But if I had to pick out of the 3, I would stay with Green Bay. I would personally stay with Green Bay.
Okay.
Because, I mean, the situation it dissolved, and he was saying that it had the front office, the management, the staff, they was improving the relationship after what was going on last year in the offseason. So I think you just build on that. You get up, or if you do go to Green Bay, trade for Mike Evans or JPP, because Green Bay doesn't have an edge rusher that they need. So they haven't had an edge rusher in the past few years, The last person that I personally remember that impacted that defense was Clay Matthews, and that was
Zadarius Smith.
Yeah, they got Zadarius Smith though, and he's pretty good.
Yeah,
he was on the Raiders.
But I mean, okay, so like thinking of it as in a defensive standpoint, Clay Matthews to me was that star-studded defensive player that played with Aaron Rodgers. Because when I look at the Green Bay Packers, all I'm thinking about is Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, and that's it.
Okay,
that's just how I see it.
Fair point.
So if you ask, you said what?
You don't think about Jair Alexander?
Maybe.
Top 5 corner?
Yeah, maybe.
Top 3.
That's fair. I'll take that. But those are my 3 options, me personally. Joe, if you want to go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Honestly, I don't see him retiring. He's also at the top of his career right now, putting up MVP numbers as well, like Tom Brady. But I honestly don't see him staying with Green Bay. I just don't. I see him going to the Broncos and him teaming up with the former offensive coordinator of the Packers, with Nathaniel Hackett, who is now the new head coach for the Denver Broncos. And if he leaves and goes to Denver, it would make 100% it would make sense. But the only problem is I don't really see Devontae Adams staying in Green Bay, but I don't see him going to Denver. I see him going to Las Vegas, teaming up with Derek Carr. And the reason why is because a year ago, he posted on his Instagram that he wouldn't mind the idea of playing with Derek Carr because, they were college teammates.
Mm-hmm.
So this offseason is just already crazy because of the Tom Brady rumor today and Aaron Rodgers possibly playing his last game as a Green Bay Packers, and Devontae Adams, of course. And we already know that the Packers cap space situation is just dead.
Yeah.
They don't really have money like that. So bringing it, and rumors have it that Devontae Adams wanting $30 million a year. I mean, which is well deserved because he's the best wide receiver in the NFL. But at the same time, he's not getting that with Green Bay. He's not going to get that with Green Bay. So I say go somewhere else. Possibly, if you want to team up with Aaron Rodgers, go ahead. Broncos got some money, I believe, but I just think that Rodgers will go to Denver and team up with Nathaniel Hackett, and Devontae Adams will go to Las Vegas and team up with his old college teammate buddy Derek Carr.
Zay?
The Aaron Rodgers situation. I just don't see him staying in. I mean, I have a slight thought that he was going to stay in Green Bay. Oh yeah, to the people out there, I'm not videoing and driving. I'm out with the peoples. So spend time with your family out there.
Right.
But back to the Aaron Rodgers situation. I personally have a slight thought that he can stay because I feel like he likes Matt LaFleur as the coach. And Matt LaFleur is not a bad coach at all. Like, he's actually pretty good. But I just feel like he's kind of tired of the environment in Green Bay and maybe the toxicity. And, like, he has, like, he's, like, 37. So you guys, like, 2 more years left on him?
I say 4. I say 4.
I say right at 40 he's going to retire.
Yeah, I see. Right at 40.
But that
longevity going to suits him really well.
Because you got to understand, he was playing with a hurt toe for the second half of the season.
That's not hard.
With a hurt toe.
As a former athlete, that's not, honestly, for that, playing through that injury is not really that hard. I mean, well, in football in that case, yes, but in like baseball, not really. Basketball, yeah, but like
basketball.
Yeah. But anyway, about Aaron Rodgers. I see him going to Denver or Pittsburgh. Only reason, but then again, he has a better chance in Denver, like Jalen and Joe said, because like you got Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Noah Fant, Philip Lindsay in the backfield. All you need is a quarterback, and I feel like if you go to Pittsburgh, that means you working with, honestly, and I said this offline, you working with two of the most hard-headed receivers in the league, and I mean this like respectfully. You working with Juju and Chase Claypool. They're like two peas in a pod. They're like Stewie Griffin and Brian Griffin. They gonna do what if one does something, the other is gonna follow with them. So it's like you don't want to deal with them and catch a headache every practice with Pittsburgh. So you either gonna stay in Green Bay because you like Matt LaFleur, or you're gonna go to Denver and compete. And you actually gonna compete and with Justin Herbert with a crazy offense, Pat Mahomes with a crazy offense, and Derek Carr and Devontae Adams in Las Vegas. I can see that.
That's interesting.
Because like they will actually have a number one receiver.
The best wide receiver in the NFL.
You're right.
Well, my thing is, okay, I'll say it later, but go ahead, Chaz. Go ahead, Chaz. I want to hear what Chaz got to say.
Yeah.
Good talk.
Well, it's tricky. I think the biggest thing to look at is not only that they lost, but how they lost and the recurring theme of Aaron Rodgers not being able to pull through the playoffs, even like at an MVP caliber season that he had. If they would have won a Super Bowl, I think he stays. If they go to the NFC Championship or go to the Super Bowl and lose, I think he probably stays. But the fact that they had a bye, right? They were the one.
Yeah, they had a
number one seed.
You know, you lead your team to the one seed after all this drama and how much you want to leave, and then you can't beat the 49ers at home in the snow in your environment when you're up by 7 with left. You know, like that's a meltdown.
Yeah.
And so that's really what sticks out to me, and that's why it's like that one couple that like is horrible for each other, and you think they're always about to break up, but they never do.
Dude,
so like I don't.
Yep.
It's toxic.
Really, you know what I mean? Like he should leave probably for the better of both sides, but I just don't know if he will. I think he'll make the offseason really hard and difficult and be a pain for everybody, and then stay on, either that or Denver. But he's such a stubborn, like self-absorbed, like, we're gonna do it my way. So I wish I knew, but like, I think he stays. I don't think he leaves. I think he should leave, and I think if it was any other quarterback, he would leave. But because it's Aaron Rodgers and he's just weird about that kind of stuff, I think he stays.
But I see him staying, but I see him going to Denver. But like again, you gotta go up against that competition with Carr, Herbert, Mahomes, Burrow, Jackson. I mean, it's a lot, and we don't know where Deshaun Watson is gonna go. That's another thing. We don't know where he's gonna go.
I don't see Deshaun Watson going to the NFC though.
I see him going to the Saints. If the Saints hire Brian Flores, I see him going to the Saints.
Okay, yeah, I can see that now.
Back to what Jalen said about the quarterback competition. We're not going to sit here and act like that Aaron Rodgers is a top 3 quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Arguably the best quarterback. So quarterback competition don't really matter in my opinion. I mean, he can make stuff work. It's just that he got to get adjusted to it, of course. But I mean, if he does goes to Denver, he already has an okay. I mean, none of his receivers going to be in that Devontae Adams type of nature. Mm-hmm. But he will already have a good wide receiving core. You'll have Jerry Jeudy, you'll have Sutton, you have Noah Fant, you have Javonte Adams as your running back, Melvin Gordon as your running back.
Oh yeah, I forgot Phil Lindsay is not on the Broncos.
Tim Patrick. You have an okay wide receiving core and O-line, and okay O-line, not the best, of course. So it's just all up to Aaron Rodgers to see what he's going to do. But it could be like another Peyton Manning again when he went to
Yeah.
Denver, and won a Super Bowl and possibly retire. So we just have to see.
That's cool. That's cool. So we're going to switch gears to this week, well, tomorrow's games with the championship Sunday is what I like to call it. With with the NFC and the AFC, you got the Bengals taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in Kansas City. And then you also have the 49ers and the Rams in the NFC Championship. So, fellas, who do you now have going to the Super Bowl with Championship Sunday tomorrow? Zay, if you want to start it off, go ahead.
It's hard. And I mean, this is hard on both ends. Because I'm breaking this, okay, especially for the NFC. Because the 49ers, I compared this earlier this week. While I was talking to one of my boys, I was like, Debo is having a great season.
Mm-hmm.
And he's playing the way Elijah Moore from Ole Miss is playing. They're kind of playing the where's Waldo game, or in this sense, where's Debo? Like, is he going to line up in the running? Is he going to line up in the backfield? Is he going to line up in the slot? Is he going to line up as a wide receiver one? We don't know what he's going to do or where he's going to be in the formation. But you playing against a crazy top 3 Los Angeles Rams defense with Aaron Donald, Von Miller. You got 2 vets, Darius Williams, like Jalen Ramsey, best corner in the league. Like, so, and Jimmy G, he hasn't put up a lot of numbers, and in a sense, Jimmy G has lucked out. And so, the NFC game, give me I'm gonna give me the Rams over the 49ers. 17-14.
Okay.
AFC. I'm gonna honestly pick the Chiefs over the Bengals because Joe Burrow does not have an offensive line. Even though the Chiefs defense is not goated, but they have progressed as the season came along.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not about to play in the championship game in Kansas City. And you're not gonna have an offensive line, and you're just gonna be running for your life. Like, nah. I love Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow. I just don't think Joe Burrow can make a Super Bowl in his. Respectfully, he can't make a Super Bowl right now in his second year.
Well, okay.
I mean, it can happen.
I will respond to that. Okay. As much as I love Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, Joe Burrow is that dude. He is that dude for the Bengals. Without the O-line, that's what they need to fix in the draft. That's the only thing they need to fix in the draft is the O-line. You have the receivers, you have the defense. You just got to fix the O-line. But I wouldn't say
the defense just yet. Secondary.
Yes, the secondary is there. But I will say this. I think the Bengals will upset the Chiefs. Wow. And I'm calling it right now. Joe Burrow is throwing 400 yards.
All right.
Joe Burrow will go for 400 yards tomorrow.
Jalen, I'll call the upset as well. Bengals over Chiefs.
No.
I thought about it. All right.
No. Okay. I personally think that Burrow, out of all people, we all doubted this man. When he hurt his knee, we was like, yeah, he's done. Like, he wasn't gonna be a top quarterback. But look at how he's able to come back and prove everybody wrong. And he's literally having a similar season to what he's had at LSU when he won the championship at LSU. He is flat out playing the best football. Honestly, besides Patrick Mahomes, he's playing the best football out of all the quarterbacks right now. So I got the Bengals upsetting the Chiefs by at least 3 points. It's going to be a shootout. But if the O-line can hold up, perfect. Now to the NFC.
41,
I love
38.
Matthew Stafford. I love Sean McVay. But the Rams, I can't. After what I saw last week, you're up 27-3. And you allow a fear of a man of Tom Brady to come back and tie the game and just almost get the lead over you.
Come on.
That should say, I think they will shoot themselves in the foot. I personally think they will shoot themselves in the foot.
2 upsets.
If Matthew Stafford makes the Super Bowl, I'm all for it because we've been dying to see him in the playoffs since he got drafted. We've been wanting this. So I have the San Francisco 49ers winning, and my Super Bowl pick is the 49ers and the Bengals in the Super Bowl.
I got Rams.
Right.
I got Rams and Chiefs.
I'm going to agree with Xavier for Geese, and I'm going to say Chiefs and Rams. Listen, man, I know Joe Burrow's that dude. I'm not saying anything against him. He's going to be a top. He possibly going to be an MVP in the future, possibly. But are you really going to say and sit here and say that he's going to beat Patrick Mahomes in a game that really comes down to the wire? Like this game will send you to the Super Bowl, and Mahomes do not lose a lot in the playoffs.
He don't.
This is just Joe Burrow's first year, and what an incredible year that the Cincinnati Bengals had. Incredible. But AFC, give me Chiefs going to the Super Bowl. And I'm gonna say 35-21. NFC, Chaz, you called it. You said that the Rams earlier in the season, you said this. Chaz said this, that the Rams was just missing a quarterback, and now that they got their quarterback, they're Super Bowl contenders. I'm going to agree with Chaz. I got the Rams beating the 49ers, but because I don't think Trent Williams is playing, I don't think so. But other than that, Cooper Kupp is having a fantastic year.
Yep.
And I don't see anybody stopping that man. No, and Deebo Samuel going to have a great game, of course. But just give me the Rams. They got their quarterback. It's their year. So give me Rams for the NFC 38-28.
Chaz?
Man. All right, so I don't know if y'all remember when we were talking about the 49ers a little bit over the summer. We were talking about I was going to win the division. And I'm a big Jimmy Garoppolo fan. I've been saying it the whole time. They lose without it. And after Joe brought up the thing with the Rams, I'm going to look like an idiot, like I'm flip-flopping back and forth on two different points because I still feel that way. I still think they were a quarterback away. But against the 49ers that they've lost to twice this year, like 9 out of the last 10 times, I've got, and y'all can quote me because if I look like an idiot in 2 weeks, whatever, y'all can say it because I Bengals, 49ers, Super Bowl.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
All right, 2 against
yes! I'm trying to tell y'all.
2-2.
I'm trying to tell y'all. Whoa.
Jalen.
No.
He left.
Wait, he needs to come back. He got to come back. But I'm trying to look. Okay, I had the Rams, but after what I saw last week when Brady was bringing him back, I was like, there's no way. There's just no way. Let me bring him back.
Bro, I'm on the 49er hype train, man.
It's just
49ers to the Super Bowl, man.
My bad. When they beat Dallas, beat Dallas, I was like, okay, they beat Dallas. They're not beating Green Bay. They beat Green Bay. I was like, oh God.
Wait, Chaz, you had me preaching to these people. I'm over here agreeing with what you said because remember, I said earlier that the 49ers overall, when healthy, were the best team in the NFC West. and that I picked against the team that I said was the best team in the NFC West to follow what you said earlier this year, and now you're not agreeing with me and not saying the Rams will beat the 49ers? Oh my God. I feel like the idiot. But you know what? It's all cool. It's all cool because I respect it. Because I respect it. I respect it because Jimmy Garoppolo, I mean, he find ways to win games in the playoffs. I don't know how,
I disagree.
But he finds ways to win.
I disagree.
It's
I personally don't think that Jimmy Garoppolo.
Kudos to the defense.
I think it's Deebo Samuel.
San Francisco defense. But I'm just saying, at the same time, Jimmy Garoppolo also found ways to win critical games, just like with the Dallas game in a way. But I know defense. I know defense play a big part of that win. But at the same time, Jimmy Garoppolo, he still had a good game in Dallas.
Like I told you, Joe, defense wins games. And Jimmy Garoppolo has not thrown a touchdown this postseason yet.
That's why I said it's not on him.
At the same time, he still finds ways to win in critical games. Like, I don't know why, but in the postseason, Jimmy Garoppolo had what, Chad, like a 10-4 record now? I believe. I gotta look at it again.
I think he's 4-1 in the postseason?
Wait. I think so. I have to look it up again. But Jimmy Garoppolo found ways to win these critical games. Even if it's not, because of him, it's because, the defense or whatever. But I just can't believe that I sat here and agreed with my buddy Chaz.
He's 5-1 in the postseason in his career. He's 5-1.
I'm just in total shock right now. I don't know.
I told you I have a dilemma, man. I love the Rams too. That game, I'm cool with it either way. I really am. I hope the winner of that game wins the whole thing.
But that Trent Williams. Let me see if Trent Williams.
As a fan, I want the Rams and the Chiefs, but just looking at it up and down, I think the momentum is on San Francisco's side here. But I will say this. It is very hard to beat a divisional team 3 times in the same season.
But the Rams gonna do it tomorrow.
You gonna see.
The Rams gonna do it tomorrow, though.
Go see. I mean,
I'm glad Xavier agreed with me on this one because this is pretty tough. This is pretty tough. But I'm just saying, I come on, man. Y'all, come on, let's get Matthew Stafford some credit here, man. That's the quarterback. This man been waiting for like a long time for this opportunity. You think Matthew Stafford is gonna just
12 years?
If they don't stop Cooper Kupp, it's over.
That's what I'm saying.
That's really what it is.
Who is going to stop?
If they don't stop Cooper Kupp, it's over. That's how I see it.
Who's gonna stop that man? Like for real.
We shall see tomorrow.
Yeah, we shall see. This is gonna be a good one.
So we're gonna go to the last quick pitch. So I believe it was, what's today, Saturday? So I believe it was Thursday that the All-Star game, the NBA All-Star starters, they came out. For the West, you have LeBron, who is the captain, Nikola Jokic, Andrew Wiggins, John Morant, and Steph Curry. In the East, you have Kevin Durant, who is the captain, Trae Young, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, and DeMar DeRozan. Do you agree or disagree with this year's NBA starters, and who in your mind got snubbed that should have been in the NBA the All-Star game, the starting lineup for the All-Star game? Excuse me. I'll go first. For the West,
go ahead and say it. I'm ready.
For the West,
I got my finger out. You remember what happened when I get my finger out?
Okay. I will say this.
Not the finger.
Andrew Wiggins, yes. Yes. I agree with this up and down. I like it. With Andrew Wiggins, he's having a great year. But if I had to pick one, I have to pick Andrew Wiggins and I have to put Devin Booker over Andrew Wiggins.
This is what I'm saying.
I have to. I mean, you gotta understand. You gotta understand.
Y'all,
Look. They're
y'all.
first in the West. They're
Do you
first
know how?
in the
Do you know how
West.
this fan voting works? You pick two guards, and two power forwards and a center. Are you going to pick Devin Booker over Steph Curry? I mean, maybe he having the best. Best overall year because of the slump of Steph Curry. But you're going to pick Devin Booker over Steph?
So let me ask you this: Would you pick John Morant? Would you pick John Morant to be in it?
Yes, as a starter, absolutely. He that man having an MVP year.
Okay, Andrew.
But okay. But to be fair,
yeah, break it down, Joe.
To be fair, if Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Anthony Davis was not injured, then Andrew Wiggins would not be a starter.
Agreed.
There we go.
But
you hold on.
We cannot control injuries in sports. So I mean, if we look at Andrew Wiggins, maybe he's not a 20-point per game type of player. But I'm just saying this year, I mean, this man just been trashed almost his whole career because like he's been a number 1 overall pick in 2014, and people were saying, "Oh, he's not good with Minnesota. Oh, he's a bust." But when he came to Golden State, he found a home because you know why? He don't need to be the number 1 option in Golden State. But some nights he needs to. But I don't disagree with the West starters, nor I don't disagree with the East starters. It's perfect. It's perfect the way it is. It's perfect.
Trae Young. That's that question mark with Trae Young. I don't know.
Who you gonna start over Trae Young? James Harden, maybe. James Harden.
Well,
I mean, but if we look at it,
this is hard. I need to hear everybody else. Chaz, who you got?
You know, like I said to y'all off camera, I hadn't been particularly as up to date with basketball as I had been previously. I'm a little rusty. I'm not even gonna lie.
All good.
But that's what would have stood out to me was Andrew Wiggins. Because unless I missed something and like he like took off and became the player that he was supposed to be from the jump, I wouldn't have him as a starter in an all-star game. But I mean, like y'all said, there's injuries involved too. I mean, there's players that aren't playing. And, you know, the All-Star game isn't a particularly accurate representation a lot of times. I mean, you look at the voting and players who are hurt will get votes more than players who are deserving of, you know, being there. So, I mean, I would agree. I would agree with what you're saying. Yeah, it's tough. I couldn't really, you know, I don't want to give you an answer that I'm not completely fully confident in myself. But that's what stood out to me as well, though. Andrew Wiggins, definitely, for sure.
Zay?
I agree with the East. The West, I'm kind of iffy, but like, who you gonna
about
pick
Andrew
over?
Wiggins, right?
I mean, who you gonna pick over Andrew Wiggins? Like, I was thinking Cat, but I was like Cat's having a bad year, so it's like
we got Don. Listen,
it's not
Mitchell
Cat having a bad year. It's not that Cat having a bad year. Cat is having a great year at that. It's just that you really gonna start Cat over Jokic?
No,
you gonna start Rudy Gobert over Jokic? No,
that's arguable.
So I'm just saying the way how this thing works is usually 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center. Am I correct?
You're right. Yeah,
I'm correct. All right then. So y'all really gonna tell me? Because all I'm saying is Devin Booker getting snubbed. But at the same time, do Devin Booker play forward? No, the man play shooting guard. Oh, and sometimes point guard. I'm telling you, you're not going to choose Devin Booker over Steph Curry. Am I correct?
No.
Thank you. John Morant, that could go either way. But I would choose John Morant over Devin Booker this year. That man having an MVP year. Why not? So when I'm looking at this and when I've seen this topic, I'm telling everybody, even Chris Lyles from Out of Town Productions, Stop the Andrew Wiggins hate. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this. I am tired of it. Because he is angry. He's angry because the stars that he wanted, like either like a Kawhi Leonard or somebody else, is not in there. And then he just saying, oh, Andrew Wiggins, where did he come from? The man that averaged 18 points a game, is that an all-star starter? Well, guess what? He is this year. So guess what? The NBA 2015 Rookie of the Year is a 2022 NBA All-Star starter, along with his guy, Steph Curry, as a point guard. So what I'm saying is, hate all you want, but Andrew Wiggins is an 2022 NBA All-Star starter, and you can hate it or love it because there's nothing you can do about it.
I got one.
Okay, Zay.
I feel like Andrew Wiggins deserves to be an All-Star, but I feel like that was just a safe pick at the same point in time. And like you really didn't have any other 2 or 3 to have any other forward in the case to pick. So you were just like, all right, Kawhi hurt, PG hurt, Jason Tatum going to be a reserve.
But he's in the East.
That's East. That's East. My fault. But like Kawhi hurt, PG hurt. So you was like, all right, AD hurt.
Yeah, AD. Right.
So he's like, all right, Nick, who's been putting on some numbers? Andrew Wiggins. All right, we're gonna throw him in the bus.
And you know what?
So I feel like that was the only pick they had, honestly.
And you know what? The person that they're saying that got snubbed is from Andrew Wiggins is Brandon Ingram. I mean, the votes, there's not really a lot of New Orleans Pelicans fans out in the world. Nah. This is fan voting. There's clearly more Golden State fans than New Orleans fans. So, I mean, and just like Kat said, even Kat was voting for him to be an all-star starter. See, this is what I'm saying. It takes the eye test as well and not necessarily stats. Because if we're just going off stats, then yeah, maybe Brandon Ingram, Devin Booker, or whoever you want to put in there deserves to be the all-star starter. But we just looking at the eye test standpoint, you'll see what Andrew Wiggins doing night in and night out, scoring, defense. One of the best two-way players in our league. So I'm just saying, let's just give Andrew Wiggins some love because you know he's not going to be an all-star starter no more. Yeah, y'all know this. Y'all know this.
No.
but this year, let's just give the man a break.
Like who would have thought? Like who would have really thought?
Praise Andrew Wiggins for me, man. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. I'm done. I'm done. Y'all go ahead. I'm done.
Man, all I'm gonna say is this, Joe. All I'm gonna say is this. If they don't go to the finals,
what?
Yes. Because look. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's experience. That's experience. I think.
What does the NBA Finals got to do with these All-Star stars?
You had 2 Warriors go to the NBA to the All-Star game, and then you can't make it to the final. They're making to the final. I'm just gonna let you know that right now, but they're gonna make it to the final. But if they don't, you know how much backlash is gonna be.
Well, hold on. Time out. Okay, so what you're saying is if we don't make it to the NBA Finals, but we started.
Yeah, 2 all-star starters. Yeah, 2 starters.
What does that got to do with the NBA Finals? That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, let's see.
Okay.
Utah.
DeMar.
They were the number 1 seed. They were the number 1 seed last year.
Utah's a good.
And they didn't make it to the finals. I mean, there wasn't starters, but at the same time, like that doesn't have nothing to do with All-Star Weekend. Hey, but you know what? When Clay getting his groove back, y'all better watch out for Klay Thompson.
I mean, look, he looked darn good. Ever since he came back, he looked pretty good.
He's missing a couple of wide open threes that I don't like, but at the same time, he's getting his groove back, and that's what I really want. And I want James Wiseman to come back. because we need another big, guys. We do need another big.
Looney, I don't. Yeah, Looney. I don't know
But
how much longer
if
Looney
we're
will
saying
take.
this, Kevon Looney is having a great year.
Yeah.
Kevon Looney is having a great year. So
before we go, guys, I'm gonna ask y'all this earlier. Should the NFL overtime rule change?
100%.
I said yes.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's got to.
Regular season, postseason, they need to change.
I'm gonna say that this is a simple fix. All you really have to do is if you can't match the touchdown score in 4 downs, you lose. That's just it.
What, like in 4 downs, like
yes.
4 plays?
If you can't match the touchdown score, I personally think fans want to see both teams on the field instead of one.
Yeah, but so do you mean like 4 plays? Like even if you get like 10 yards on the play?
So it's kind of like college. Kind of like college overtime rule. You score a touchdown, and the other team gets the ball back. And if you don't score a touchdown, score a touchdown on that possession, you lose.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think because if you kick a field goal, they have a chance to kick a field goal. But like with touchdown ends, I don't think it should.
It shouldn't.
Like the Chiefs scored on that drive. You give the ball to Mahomes or to Josh Allen right after that, chances are they probably drive down the field and score again.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And then you could even do after that next score wins, or like they at least need to be able to come out on the field one time. I think that should be bottom line. Like both teams should be on the field at least once. That should be like the bottom line for it.
I just don't understand how they lost the toss. They lost the toss. The Bills lost the toss. They lost the.
But at the same time, Jalen, I mean, yes, they lost the toss. Yes, they could have stopped them. But I mean, just the way that game was going, man. Like everybody in this who watched the game had an idea that the Chiefs were going to score a touchdown, because the coin toss is basically who wins. That really is it. You need to win the toss to basically win in an overtime game. The way that game was going, it happened. It happened with Brady and Mahomes in 2018, I believe, 2018, when they were going back and forth, and Brady just marched down the field on Mahomes, scored a touchdown. But what if Mahomes got the ball back? The Chiefs probably would have scored a touchdown too. So all we're just asking is maybe if both teams just had like one possession, and what happens after that just happens. But I just believe both teams should have just at least one possession. That's all.
Seeing Josh Allen after what he did in that fourth quarter, it just deflated the entire energy out of the game. Because yes, the Bills were the number one. They were the number one defense coming into the game. They were completely tied. They were gassed. They were too gassed because it was back and forth the entire fourth quarter.
Exactly.
It needs to change. I personally think it needs to change. It just needs to change. Do y'all want to see that for the playoffs only?
I don't mind.
Playoffs, regular season.
It needs to be the playoffs. The regular season doesn't really matter to me. Like I honestly don't.
Okay.
I personally think so too. I just think it needs to be for the playoffs because playoffs. You're playing for something. That's something on the line. Yeah, exactly, you're playing for something. I mean, it just hurts to see me not see Josh Allen on the field after what he did in the fourth quarter. He did not touch the field again. I'm not saying to be no bandwagon of Josh Allen. I'm just saying because, you're not going to see that again. Nope. You're not going to see that again. So It's like they just took something from us. They robbed us from seeing greatness on the field.
Bro, that's 2 years. That's 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row.
I thought Stephon was going to do it, man. But Davis.
Oh yeah, Davis.
Hey, watch out for that man next. Davis and Stephon Diggs.
Yes, sir.
Oh, have mercy.
Lord. Yeah,
but y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all heard that the Giants hired Brian DeBoer as we got him as our new head coach, and we're probably getting Ken Dorsey as our offensive coordinator. So I know we got to end the show, but do y'all see with Brian DeBoer leaving Buffalo for the Giants? Do y'all see a decline with Josh Allen, or
No.
like not just just a little bit?
No,
maybe? Because I'm saying that because I was watching NFL Network earlier this morning, and God, what's her name? Not Kay Adams. It was somebody else. I forgot her name. But she made a good point. Although Josh Allen will still be an elite quarterback, but the schemes of what Brian DeBoer and Ken Dorsey did for Josh Allen while they was there, that really helped Josh Allen kind of succeed into the quarterback he is now. If y'all get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So without those schemes anymore, do y'all see like a little declining, or he'll be, good?
I think that's going to be a really highly sought after job too. Like, and so they're going to get a guy that they want, because to be able to coach Josh Allen, I don't think they'd risk it hiring someone that they don't think could do it. I think it'll be a very valuable job. So there might be a quick drop off, but I don't see like a permanent drop off at all.
Right.
It will be okay. It will be a slight drop off. You will
basically
you will see it in the first. You'll see it in the first 4 weeks because it's a 17-week schedule now. We saw that with the Chiefs. They started off very slow and they were able to pick it up. I think with Josh, with Allen, he's going to pick it up at a very good time in the season, depending upon how the schedule is. But for the Giants, if they can do what they did with Josh Allen to Daniel Jones, they can finally contend with the Dallas Cowboys now that the Cowboys have Dan Quinn staying there. I think they can finally contend with them in the NFC East.
But Dallas got to actually watch out because I'm hearing rumors that Kellen Moore wants a head coaching job, and looking at it, it possibly can happen in the next couple of weeks.
You got the Vikings, you got the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville is
that's who I think.
Brian Leftwich. I think that's his name. Brian Leftwich.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian Flores still don't have a job yet.
All right.
But he's going to get one eventually, of course.
I said, I think he's going to go to New Orleans. I think he's going to go to New Orleans along with Deshaun.
He's going to the
But the thing about that, Saints don't have money for Deshaun.
Right. That's my only.
So that's the only concern. If they want to make that happen.
If he did went to New York, that would have been perfect too. If Brian Flores of the Bowl, Dable, that's his name, Dable.
Brian Dable.
Yeah. I like Dable. I personally think he's good.
This is going to be his first time being a head coach, though. So, I mean,
give it some time. I mean, look at Cincinnati. Look at Cincinnati. We thought that let me look at his name. I believe,
yeah. And you know what, Jalen? You, like I said, I think I said this to you before, but you called that Bengals tape. It was like months ago, but you was like,
I told y'all.
You said a surprising team will be the Bengals. So I applaud you for that. That was an excellent tape.
I appreciate. I've been a big Joe Burrow fan. I like his story. I like how he plays, and I just knew immediately that he was gonna be the franchise quarterback for that team. So kudos to him. Right. It's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be some great, fantastic games tomorrow. The NBA is back, the NBA is going crazy. The Charlotte Hornets, I will say this, the Charlotte Hornets will make the playoffs. They will not be a playoff team. They will make the playoffs, and they will have a run that the Knicks should have had last year.
Hey, I mean, it could happen.
It could.
All they need is a
center,
big man. They need a big man, a true big man.
We shall see. That will do it for this edition of Game Changers. Next week, fellas, we will have a guest next week. So with that being said, I hope y'all hold it down. Y'all stay safe in this weather. If y'all have snow, enjoy the snow. With that being said, peace out, y'all. Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Peace.